Hey guys, Stephanie Mitchell here. I'm an online marketing coach for independent beauty professionals, and today I have something special for you. We are going to learn all about how to blow up on TikTok. So most of you, 99% of you, will already have an Instagram account. Maybe some of you have a TikTok account. I'm sure all of you have watched TikTok videos and you know how freaking fun and addictive they are. Did you know that having a TikTok account as a beauty professional can give you way more exposure and engagement than Instagram could provide you, just because it's such a new, engaging platform? And having a TikTok account can actually build your clientele and help you work with some amazing brands, do sponsorship deals, build another income revenue source. All of this, Victoria is going to teach us. Victoria Avalos is a hairstylist in San Diego. She has more than 200,000 TikTok subscribers. And today she's going to share with us her secret for making a TikTok account that not only blows up and brings you hundreds of thousands of new people, but it actually built her business from the ground up in only 2 years. Let's get into my interview with Victoria. Hey, Victoria, I'm so excited to chat with you. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your TikTok journey with us.
Thank you for having me.
I loved watching your TikToks, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not on this platform at all, but I know that so many beauty professionals, hairstylists, estheticians, there's so much going on TikTok in the beauty industry. So that's why I'm so excited to chat with you and hear about your journey from being on TikTok and see what we can learn, because I've got so much to learn. I think a lot of people are curious about it, but they don't really know how to get started. So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, your business, and maybe, like you said, that you've been out on your own for 2 years now. So maybe some of the achievements that you've had in the past couple of years in your business.
Okay, yeah, my name is Victoria, better known as Girl or Gun on TikTok and Instagram, but I am a stylist and content creator located in San Diego, California. I think so far, like, my biggest achievement still is having built such a solid clientele in such a short amount of time, and that does have a lot to do with TikTok.
Yeah, I love that. I was going to ask you, like, what kind of impact TikTok has had on your business itself. Can you tell us a little bit about, like, maybe your journey about going out on your own in the past 2 years and what it's looked like, how you maybe got started on TikTok and how it's impacted your business?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually finished cosmetology school, like going into the first shutdown of COVID. So that was like why I started TikTok, because, I had a lot of time to kill. Unfortunately, I lost both of my jobs because while I was in beauty school, I was a server and I was working at a reception as a receptionist at a salon that I was planning on working at after. So the shutdown happened, and I was like, okay, I have two choices. I can either waste time and, feel sorry for myself, or I can do something with this time. So I decided to hop on TikTok and start just, I was even doing makeup tutorials too, as well as hair, but I had doll heads and I would do little cute hairstyles on my doll heads and share that. And that's how this TikTok came to be.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Okay, before we get into, like, how it started impacting your business, let me just share your TikTok. Okay, so people can take a look at it. So you've got 225,000 followers, 7.9 million likes, and you have a lot of content on here. You've got so many videos. They're so bingeable. I want to talk a little bit about your content strategy later on, but maybe you can just tell us, like, in the past 2 years, since you went from just, killing time, doing like makeup tutorials, etc., how did this actually become a real part of growing your business?
I want to say that, as far as like curation goes, like, I don't necessarily like curate too much unless I'm specifically working with a brand, and that hasn't started happening until like more recently this year. But yeah, I mean, I just kind of, as I go throughout the week, I will post what I do. So I do hair pretty much 4 to 5 days a week, and I'll just record and then I'll edit. It's been kind of hard though, because I feel like sometimes I don't have enough time, and I'm hoping to bring on a personal assistant to help me. And so that way I can be a little more strategic with my posting and post multiple times a day, because sometimes I get the chance and sometimes I don't.
Yeah. Can you tell us, like, how TikTok has impacted your business, like how it started bringing you clients, how you started, blowing up on there, and like what kind of actual impact it's had on you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, an amazing impact. I think I just entered TikTok in the right time also when it barely started and people barely started like getting TikToks. And so I really got the opportunity to, reach a really wide audience. Now it's a little bit harder, I noticed, to get as many views as I did in the beginning, but being consistent has really helped with that. And like, even though I don't post every single day, I do post pretty much at least every other day. And it's changed. I mean, most of my clients come like from LA and drive 2+ hours. I even have a few out of state people. So my content is reaching people all over the world, which I think is really amazing, and that I get to reach that amount of people. So that has impacted my business so much because, people are always watching, and I have such a solid clientele now, and which is such a blessing, So yeah, it's crazy what TikTok can do for a business.
That's amazing. So would you say that like most of your clientele now has found you on TikTok?
Yeah, 80% definitely.
How do you know? Do you ask them when they come in?
Yeah, I try to make it a thing to like ask everyone just so I know. And now I kind of expect that it is from TikTok. I do have a few people who have found me on Instagram, but mostly TikTok.
And how do you think that they find you? Like, I don't use TikTok. I don't know how it works, but like, how do you set it up so that you make sure that people local to you are finding you and booking with you?
I always hashtag like San Diego hashtag. So I'll do San Diego hairstylist. And if in the video I'm doing like a blonde, I'll put hashtag San Diego blonde specialist, things like that. So they're very specific. A lot of the time people say that they find me on their For You page, but a lot of people are aware that if they search a hashtag associated with their location, they can find service providers. And that's how a lot of people also find me.
Okay, amazing. And I want to just go back to your profile for a second. Let me just share the screen again. Okay, so did you set up your profile so that it actually like funnels into people making appointments with you? I noticed, I don't know about TikTok, can you put like a link here?
Yeah, you can. I have a link, but that's just for like a discount code for a brand. But
Okay.
on Instagram right now is the way that I book. It's just kind of how I started, and it's a way to keep everything organized. Like I said, like I'm doing all this alone, so I don't use multiple like social media platforms to book because it's too chaotic for me and I need to keep everything like organized. So right now my booking is through Instagram, but in the future I will be using either an app or a website. So I'm really excited about that as well.
Yeah, awesome. So essentially, like, there's a link in your TikTok profile that people can go over to Instagram, message you there, and ask for an
Yes,
appointment.
the little Instagram icons there, and they can press that to book.
Okay, awesome. Now, how did you hit on like the content side of things? So I saw in your profile like you've got loads and loads of amazing videos. Let's maybe play one of them. Um, I mean, they're so much fun to watch. So here you've got like a color correction.
Yeah, that was a crazy one.
So, how did you like? Has it taken you time to figure out like the kind of content that people really like seeing, the kind of content that actually gets people interested in booking?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like one of my first viral videos that had to do with hair was one of these where I kind of like break down the process from start to finish. And it kind of gets broken down into 3 or 4 parts where I talk a little bit about the consultation and what we're going to do. And then going into like the first step, which is usually lightening or coloring, and then followed by either like toning or a haircut. And then like the styling process, and then obviously the finished result. So I think people just like to see step by step what goes into an appointment, and it helps people better understand what to expect and what goes into a hair appointment.
Yeah. So your videos look so nice. They're so bright.
Oh, thank
Were
you.
they always that nice? Did you have to work to like make your videos look really polished and beautiful?
You know what? I really don't put too much effort. I don't want to say I don't put any effort, but I don't put too much effort in like I don't ever filter or anything like that. I just use my phone. And that I think that does take a lot of people by surprise when they ask me, oh, like what camera do you use? I'm like, I mean, I do own a professional camera, but I've never picked it up to use it for these. It's just easy for me. I don't have an assistant. I work by myself. So just to stick my phone on a tripod, press play whenever I need to record. And at the end of the day, I just edit my videos on an app, specifically the app Splice.
Okay. Yeah, I
Um,
love that app.
and that's how I do that. I mean, yeah. It's
That's
pretty simple.
amazing. So do you have really good light? Like, do you've got lots of windows in your studio?
I have a large window, yes, and I do have like a special like lighting that I had installed above me that kind of mimics sunlight in a way. So if the sun isn't bright outside, I at least have that overhead lighting that provides some good lighting. But yeah, lighting is key to videos. So
Yeah.
sometimes, like if it's the weather's really bad and the lighting isn't right and it kind of throws off the color, I won't necessarily post the video. It all depends.
Yeah, these are so mesmerizing to watch. So
Thank you.
essentially, some of them you are holding the camera and just like zooming in on the product, or zooming in
Yeah.
on the highlights that you did, etc. Other times, like this, you've got your phone on a tripod and you're
Right.
essentially just like recording the whole process.
Yeah.
Do you do
Mhm.
this for every single one of the clients that you have?
Not every single one. Like if I do happen to be running a little behind, I sometimes won't record it, but I'll at least take pictures. Every once in a while I'll forget, but I try to make it a point to record as many clients as I can a day and take as many pictures so I just have content that I can consistently post.
Yeah. Do you feel like it adds a lot of extra time to your appointments? Like, how did you start getting in the flow of just like, okay, this needs to be documented, this is important? Like, is it a lot of extra steps for you?
You know what? Not really. Like even when I first started, it was pretty quick. I mean, I just stick my phone on the tripod, I put it there. It takes like a minute or two at most, like usually less than that. So it really doesn't take up a lot of the appointment. And my clients love it. That's how they find me. So,
Yeah.
they love to be on my TikTok, which I find really fun.
That's amazing. So how would you say, like, I know that most of us are on almost like I would say 99% of us are on Instagram. Maybe like for some of us like me, like I don't love Instagram. It's taken me a few years to like get to that point. Like I'm definitely behind. Um, so most of us are on Instagram. How would you say that TikTok is different from Instagram?
It's so different from Instagram, and I love it because I feel like Instagram, for many years, it's been a very, I don't know if this is the right term, but like surface level app where like it's easily like curated. It's easy to like kind of curate a feed. I feel like people hyper focus on the aesthetic of their grid versus like the quality of content versus on TikTok, it's people like just want you to be raw and real. They want to see the process. They want to see your mess ups as well as your, successes and your good days. And I think that's cool because I feel like it's less about the aesthetic. Like people can care less the quality of camera you have, your background of your images, or the way your grid looks. They just want to see you do what you love and know who you are.
Yeah. So you would say that like you feel less pressure to like make your videos look top quality on TikTok than on Instagram?
Yeah, like I just feel like I don't have to waste time worrying like, oh, is this specific video going to look good on my grid with all my other videos? Like it's more focused on, the creatives and who they are. And I feel like people on TikTok get further when they have a great personality, if they're funny, if they're artistic, versus like whether their feed looks perfectly curated.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you get ideas for what content to post? Because I know, you post lots of like transformations. You also post some other things as well that aren't necessarily just you doing hair. How do you get ideas for that?
I mean, I normally don't like sit down and think too hard about it unless I'm like working with a brand and they're sending me products that I need to kind of think a little harder of like how am I gonna show them in the best way. But like I just film what I do. Like for that specific video of my place, I was just excited because my home I feel like is now coming together
It's so
to be like the
pretty. I
style, and I'm
love
like,
your
let me just show
house.
it off a little.
Yeah. So you have brands that contact you, and then what do they do? It's like a sponsorship, so they'll like pay you. Do they give you free products? How does that work?
Yes, so they'll reach out. I will check out the product most of the time, which I love. It's a product that I've already been using for years, and so I'm already so excited that they reached out to me and I can work with them. But yeah, I'll send them my rates. They'll accept, and then we'll move forward in the process of like what they kind of want, points that they want me to hit in my video, and they'll most of the time let me have creative freedom of how I show off the product.
Yeah.
A lot of the time they're coming from my feed, so they already know like my type of content. And then, yeah, I get paid. So it's like a win-win situation.
Yeah, I love that. So how long did it take for you to get to that? I think I was just looking for one of your sponsor videos. I think this is one, right?
Yeah, the Matrix.
Yes. How long did it get to that point? Like, how long did it take you, or how many followers did you have when you got to the point that brands were starting to contact you?
Brands started contacting me pretty early on in my, career, but it wasn't at first paid. It was just sending me gifts, which I
Mm-hmm.
so appreciated because that does help a lot as well.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like my second year, so this year, that people were reaching out asking for my content rates, and then, now I can charge because it does take time to edit. And when a brand is reaching out to me to specifically curate videos for them, it's exclusive to their products. So most of the time in all my other products, there's multiple brands that I work with or I just show because on a daily basis I use multiple brands.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where like the paid part comes in. Like if you only want me to show your brand, and curate a specific kind of way, I do have to tailor that and does take a little more time. So yeah, that has to be paid.
Has it been like lucrative for you, like profitable for you doing these kind of partnerships? Is it like a nice little income booster?
No, most definitely. It is slowly becoming like half of my income, which I'm
Wow.
so happy about. And I'm hoping that it becomes even more of my income in the future because I'd love to just like slowly work less and less and just be more picky about what I do, which I already am. And I'm so grateful for that, that I can just kind of, I have the luxury of picking and choosing, the clients that I take, the services that I want to provide. But yeah, in the future, I'm hoping that content creating will be my main source of income, because I just love it so much. And I think it's a great way to, help people out. A lot of people don't know how to take care of their hair, so
Yeah.
they look to me for advice.
That's awesome. That is so cool that it makes up of half of your income. That's just like so encouraging, and especially with you being like so early on in your career, you've definitely hit on this amazing opportunity with TikTok. It's just so cool that you're able to do that. So you said
Yeah.
that now you find it's harder to build up a following than it was 2 years ago when you started. How do you think that TikTok has changed, and like what are you focusing on more in terms of like content, how to get more reach, how to get more engagement? Like what's kind of changing, and which way are you focusing on with TikTok these days?
I think for everyone it's different, just what their style is. I'm trying to bust out more videos, multiple videos a day, which is, like I said, I hope I can have a personal assistant soon to help me and do some work that I can focus less on, and so I can focus more on my content creating. But I think for me, I really want to focus more on branded content, and because I already do that. I mean, from the very beginning, I've shown all the brands that I genuinely love in all my videos. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, that's like the direction that I want to go in, as well as maybe showing my face a little more, because a lot of the time, like the camera isn't on me, it's on my client. So I'd like to integrate like a little bit about me into my videos.
Yeah, I love that. So, if someone is just getting started with TikTok and they feel like, well, I posted videos, I think they look good, but I don't have any followers, so like nobody's seeing what I'm posting and that kind of thing. What would you say to them to help them start building up their following and getting more reach and engagement and that kind of thing?
There's definitely some tips and tricks. I mean, it's going to be different for everyone depending on what they're doing, but just being consistent is always key in anything that you do. So, you're really not going to get very far if you're like posting once a week or even once a month. You need to be posting as much as you can, as often as you can. So every day or at least every other day. And then
Mm-hmm.
using hashtags for whatever you do. Like that was how I got my videos to become very viral, especially in San Diego, was just using specific hashtags to attract specific people. So those are like my two biggest tips, I think. And then just being genuine to yourself, like don't overthink it. I think that we're so, like I said, we're so used to Instagram and like very nitpicky about what we post. Is
Mm-hmm.
it going to fit my feed? Like don't hyper focus on those things. Just share your gifts, share who you are. And I think eventually with consistency, you will attract an audience.
Yeah, I love that. Well, clearly you've been consistent. I mean, you've been on there for several years and you're pretty much doing like one video every single day. Do you batch
Yeah.
those videos? Like, do you record them all at once and just kind of like, can you schedule them? Or is it something that you spend like a good like half hour on every day? Or like, what does your schedule look like for that?
Honestly, I don't have a schedule yet. I want to. I want to post multiple videos a day, which will require like batch editing my videos so I can like schedule them out. So I'm hoping in the future I could do that, and that is my goal. But what was your other question?
Oh yeah, how much time do you spend every day doing it?
Oh, honestly, it's super quick to edit my videos. Like, I don't normally spend more than like 25, 30 minutes. And that's like for a specific branded video where I like, have to add in a lot of like specifics. But usually I just throw it all in Splice, chop it up, and then do my voiceover and post it. I really don't overthink it too much. I just like it to be very organic.
Yeah, I love that. So with TikTok, like, can you build up your following by interacting with other people's posts and profiles? Is it like Instagram that way, or is it just all in what you post?
That's a good question. I mean, I do interact a lot. Like, I follow so many other hairstylists or and random people that do other things, and I like to interact with posts. So maybe, yeah, like I really haven't paid too much attention to that, but I do notice now that a lot of people that have eventually followed me back. Like, if I followed them, they'll follow me back because I am commenting on videos that I like and I enjoy. So I think that, yeah, like, because I know that on Instagram, like, people do that, like, to, gain a follow back.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily do it for a follow back. If I enjoy someone's video, I'll let them know, I'll follow them, or I'll, comment and follow them. So yeah, I haven't really paid too much attention to that.
Yeah, well, it's working for you regardless, so you're doing something right. Okay, so last question for you, Victoria. If someone has never done TikTok before and they're like, oh my gosh, like this sounds amazing, I need to get on this, what advice would you give to someone who is just starting out and maybe feeling like kind of nervous about showing up there?
I would say yes. The internet is a very scary place. It can be very brutal, but having confidence in yourself is key because if you feel good about yourself and what you're doing, nothing that people say is going to affect you, and it shouldn't. You have to stay true to yourself and just know that, like, anyone who comments a negative thing, it's just something that they're feeling on the inside that they're kind of trying to put on you. That was like one of my first mistakes as well, where I would let it get to me because I'd be like, I would just get annoyed. I'd be like, ugh, and I would want to like argue with them. Now it's nearly impossible to read all my comments, so I don't really pay attention. But now I'm more aware of like, this isn't about me. Like, it's about them. So just don't let like the little meanie weenies like bother you. Ignore it, delete, block, whatever you have to do, and continue to post and share your gift.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Victoria, so much for chatting with us. I loved learning about this. I don't know if I'm ready to get on TikTok yet or not, but I hope that some people are feeling inspired to. It's obviously brought so many good things to your business, so that is so cool. If someone wants to get in touch with you, they can follow you at Girl or Gun on both Instagram and TikTok, right?
Yes, and they can send me a DM on TikTok. I see all my a DM on Instagram. TikTok is harder because I get way too many DMs, so I honestly am not very good at seeing those. But Instagram, I do look and answer all my DMs.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your gift with us, Victoria.
Thank you so much.
Hope that you guys liked watching this video, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks again so much.
Thank you so much. It was nice to meet you.
You
Bye.
too.
Bye.